Hello everyone and welcome to Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com, the number one Superman fan site in the world. In this our November 27, 2023 show, we're going to be covering a range of topics, including some more casting announcements for Superman Legacy. We're going to be talking about what's happening with, what's it called? Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, the new animated movie. We've got comic book stuff to talk about, some big stuff happening here at the Superman homepage, and so much more. We're also going to turn to you to ask for your questions and comments on any particular Superman topic you would like to discuss. So to let you know how all that works and how you can get involved in tonight's show, let me introduce you to, looks like he's very cold, Michael Bailey. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Doing well, and yourself?
It is below 30 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of you interested, if it was below 30 degrees where you are, I would be probably still toasty warm. But no, it's starting to get cold, and instead of finding a t-shirt, one of my Superman t-shirts, I'm like, I'm just going to throw my hoodie on.
Yeah,
I'll
why
wear
not?
that for an hour. It'll be fine.
Very good. And what's happening in the Bailey
With
household
my
these days?
nothing much, but with the face
Oh,
on the
yes,
side.
I've seen those. They're cool. Yeah, very nice.
So, yeah. We're just a month away from me leaving to go start my transfer up to where we're going to be moving to, and then hopefully very soon after that getting the house sold and everything. So but no one wants to hear about that. Everyone wants to hear about Superman, because there's a lot going on. We lucked out with the Lex Luthor thing last week, and
Mm-hmm.
then of course, as our luck holds, they made a bunch of other announcements right afterwards. But we're here to talk about Superman, and we want to hear from the people that are watching us talk about Superman right now, because Superman Homepage Live is live across a variety of platforms. And if you want to get involved in the show, well, it's really simple. Go to supermanhomepage.com/live, press the call now button. That'll put you in the green room. You can watch the show as you're waiting. If we take calls, which may or may not happen, depends on if people call in tonight. If you don't want to use your computer and you want to use your smartphone, you can scan the QR code right next to me, and you do that way. If you are watching through your computer and are listening with an external speaker, please turn that down as we're talking, because we're on a bit of a delay. And if you're using your smartphone, please use a headset or AirPods or something like that, because there's a weird, especially iPhones, man. The newer iPhones that we have, the speaker phone function is terrible.
Okay. Yeah, it might have been. We haven't had a person use their headset or not use their headset or their speaker out for a while. So, yeah, to be, I think we're all pretty savvy these days about putting headphones or muting external speakers when we're doing Zoom or live calls and things like that. We're a bit more in tune with what's going on. But yeah, if you're too shy and you don't want to get on the phone or call through tonight, then feel free to participate in the comments on YouTube and Facebook. Michael and I can see what's going on there. We've got Kenneth, Heath, Butson, JP, and others tuning in right now, participating right there on the comments. Feel free to join those fine folks. Chat with them, chat with us, ask questions, post comments. Michael and I will have a look at those and react to them as we need to. But if you would like your comment or question featured on the screen live during the show, that's called a super chat. You do that on YouTube. You click the dollar symbol there on YouTube. A slider will appear on your screen. You decide on the dollar amount you're willing to donate. We will feature your comment or question live on the screen as we go live tonight. Also, there are super stickers and super thanks, so you can give those a try as well. And thank you to our sponsors and patrons who help support the show and the website, Douglas Meacham and John Patrick Van Pelt. We appreciate your support. And if you want to join those guys and help support the show, you can click the join button below on YouTube. There are different levels of membership with different levels of perks. Or you can go to patreon.com/Superman homepage and become a patron of the show. And I'll be talking about that a little bit further in the show, because there is a perk, which you can see behind me right now, that is headed to our patrons and members of a specific level, which we'll get into talking about shortly. But I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, Michael. How was it for you guys?
Oh, it was great. Very very low key.
Hmm.
Not as big as other years, but still just as delicious. No Superman balloons in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade again, um, which is fine.
Maybe
I mean, those
2025.
things are really expensive. Yeah, maybe they'll do a new one. Now, I wanted to bring back the freaky one from the 40s.
Yeah,
Uh,
the standing one.
yeah, it's kind of a horror show compared to modern balloons. No, it was very low key, very nice. I actually got to sit down for a minute or two, which has not been the case lately.
And did you splurge on any Black Friday sales?
No, I went to the local comic shop uh that was having a big Black Friday sale, and it wasn't the same as past years. It's not
Mm.
like it was bad, but I'm just in that position where I don't buy comics like I used to. Like in the old days, it'd be like I would just sit there and dive through bins and just get as many comics as I need and as I want. And now I'm just like, do I want this? Do I really want this? And it's okay. So and there weren't
Yeah.
any real like action figures or anything that I was excited about. I did think long and hard. They had some of the like those foil death of Superman 30th anniversary books. The one with like the electric blue
Hmm.
symbol and the other ones that are like blue and red and all that on the wall, and those were 20% off, but it was still like $150. And I'm like, even $30 off is is a
Yeah.
little too rich for my blood. So I had to let that one go.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, as you get older and a little bit wiser, you get a bit more, you know, not frugal, but a little more. You know, you pick and choose where you want to spend your money.
No, I just so I just did weird things like I finally this came in the mail today. Got the
Oh, you did. Ultimate
finally
Guide to
picked one of
Superman.
these up. So that was nice. Very surprised. On the back is the shot from Superman 2.
Oh,
They left in the Twin Towers.
well, yeah. I mean, it was appropriate at the time, but yeah, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah. So, but no, yeah, that's the exciting thing that I bought
Nice.
over the last week.
Very good. Well, let's get into the movie news that we want to discuss tonight. And as you mentioned, we got lucky with the Lex Luthor casting announcement last week. It dropped just before the show went live. But just after the show concluded, we got some more casting announcements. And they're great news. We have Jimmy Olsen has been cast, Skylar Gazondo confirmed as playing Jimmy Olsen in the upcoming movie. Freckles, red hair, Jimmy.
He is he is screen accurate, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Um, I'm amused because I'm actually for once I'm familiar with one of the actors that we're talking about. He was in the Righteous Gemstone series, where he plays the son of Cassidy Freeman.
Yes, who was?
We've frozen.
Yeah, you just no, you froze for a little second there, but
Me?
you're good. Yeah, no. Can you still hear me? Michael might
No.
have.
Yes,
Can
I
you?
can hear
Yeah.
you now.
Yes. No. Yeah, you just froze for a second. Yeah, Cassidy Freeman.
Yeah, yeah. Plays Cassidy Freeman's son on that show. So Tess Mercer is Jimmy Olsen's mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
she
kind of
was
weird.
Tess Mercer in the Smallville TV series, so that is
Yep.
an interesting little connection there. He was also in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. So yeah, he is a familiar face. He's obviously an actor for has played child as was a child actor for a while there, but all grown up now, and I think that's perfect casting choice for Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I was a little surprised they went in that direction, considering the last like big Jimmy Olsen we had was Macabre Brooks.
Mm,
I didn't know if they were going to go ahead and maybe cast another African American actor in the role or not. But if you're gonna go for classic, you can't do much worse physically, at least. Um, and he's got a good personality too.
mm.
I think depending on what they're going to do with Jimmy, because we talked about this. We talked about this actually on and off for the past like decade. Uh, it's just weird to say. Um, I love that Jimmy's in this. He's not necessary. I don't think Jimmy is necessary for a film. TV series, absolutely. If you're gonna do like a straight up like Superman, a year into his career television series, you need Perry, you need Jimmy, you need the whole Daily Planet
Mm,
cast. Uh, Jimmy is just one of those characters that you have now. You have to find something for him to do in the
mm,
movie.
mm.
And there's only so much real estate. But if they've cast him and they've cast a really good actor in the role, I'm then assuming that they're actually going to do something with him.
Yeah, and who says down the track there might not be more for him to do in follow-up films if there are follow-up films? So,
Yeah,
it could be a multi-picture deal or whatever with the promise of being more involved, or he might be going off with Clark and doing some investigating, or going off with Lois and taking photos for her. Who knows what the role might be, but interesting casting choice. And same goes for Eve Tessmacher. Miss Tessmacher has been cast. We have an interesting choice there in Sarah Sampaio, or Sampio. I don't know how you pronounce the name, but again, a role that's not necessarily necessary. I think I said necessary
yeah.
a couple of times in that sentence. But Lex Luthor's girlfriend, interesting casting decision.
Assistant.
Yes, bodyguard sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's odd. She'll be like the third Miss Tessmacher.
Mm.
Can't believe that one went the distance. No, I just hearing that, I was surprised at the lack of film. The whole thing about this movie seems
Michael's frozen again. Seems to be a
that's weird.
yeah. That's a good now. I can hear you now. So you just kind of keep freezing on and off.
Yeah, it seems like when we go from an image to back to us, that's weird. Um, no, what I was saying was, I was surprised that there was a lack of people freaking out that a character from Superman the movie, or that originated in Superman the movie, is going to be in this, given how
Yeah.
Gunn has been like, we're doing a new take on it. But that doesn't mean you can't do a new take on this character either.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. Both she's an actor and a model, the Sarah. So and has appeared in things like At Midnight for Paramount Plus and Showtime's Billions. So the cast is coming together so far. We've obviously got David Corenswet as Superman and Clark Kent, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific, Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho, and Maria Gabriela De Faria as the Engineer. I did see some photos emerge online of David Corenswet with full beard and at some awards or something recently, and I think it was earlier in November, so he's even probably been a few weeks down the track with some more gym work, but people going, oh, he looks bulky. I even saw one person say, oh, he looks too bulky. It's like, come on, people, like, can we ever not, like, seriously?
No, you're gonna always have the one person who's gonna try to yuck everybody's yum. So I'm surprised he has a beard. I figured, maybe maybe they'll have a scene where he's like running shirtless with a beard, and it's just to troll the Snyder fans.
Stealing other people's clothing out of the back of their trunks.
Yep, That's very fair. Didn't even leave a fiver like David Banner used to do. At least he left money for the clothes that he took off somebody's line. That dude
Very good.
stole money. Not only not off like a line, he stole it like out of the back of a car and a jacket, and that jacket looked like it cost some money.
It did too.
Uh,
Yeah. So, all right. So that's the cast we've got so far. Superman Legacy is still scheduled to be released July 11th, 2025. So, yeah, some interesting casting choices and decisions happening there, and it's all coming together nicely. All right, as I mentioned, and as our graphic spoke about for promoting this show, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, the trilogy, is what we're getting. 3 films, part 1 coming in January. DC did, and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment did release a promo for the trilogy. Here's a little bit of that now.
Most of you are aware that you live in a reality parallel to many versions of your universe. I've gathered you all.
So that's just a little bit of it. Obviously, you don't want to play the whole thing because we'll get busted for copyright concerns.
Yeah.
But you can check out the full trailer on our website if you're interested in this upcoming trilogy for Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, with part 1 coming in January, as I mentioned. Obviously inspired by the 1985 classic comic book story by Marv Wolfman with art by George Perez.
yeah, I'm glad they're doing 3 films, given how big the story is. And it was good to see like a number of Superman, not just Ultraman,
Yep.
in the actual trailer, because the poster that we saw a couple of weeks ago didn't have Superman in it at all. It just had Ultraman in it. But it's just weird. I mean, we kind of, quote unquote, just got this animated universe, and now it seems like they're trying to destroy it already. And I know that they're going towards everything being connected.
Yeah, should be interesting to see how it plays out. 3 films. I'm guessing it will play out throughout 2024. So January we'll get part 1. Maybe 3-4 months later we'll get part 2, and then 3-4 months later after that part 3. And then there might be something else at the end of the year, but who knows. But I have a feeling this might end off this Tomorrowverse, as a lot of people have labeling it. As you said, with DC going in a different direction with all their properties, from films, TV shows, animation, video games, all kind of having the same actors doing the same voices for each of the characters, so to speak.
Yep. Ironically, Darren Criss was in a movie with David Cornsweet rather recently. That was on Netflix. So, more connections of Superman people that I'm going to continually find and not find
I did see
weird at all. It's
a promo on Netflix for a series, I think it is, called Hollywood. And, it's set in, I think, the 1930s, 1940s, and David Cornsweet is in it, and he looks great in that era.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it should be interesting to see.
Yeah, it looks good in a suit. It's I think he's going to make a great Clark Kent.
Agreed. All right, this was an interesting one. Some fans online calling for Taylor Swift to be cast as Supergirl. I can see some visual similarities, and she's a little bit older, in her 30s now, for a Supergirl, and Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow might be a little bit dark for a Taylor Swift type of thing. But yeah, I know she's acted in what was it, Cats and The Giver, but I don't see this one happening.
Yeah, I saw this, and then I saw people freaking out over it. It's just like, guys,
It's just fan casting, so it's not like it's a big deal.
Completely fine.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, I don't understand why people are so up in arms about something that is just somebody using AI, I'm assuming, to create.
Yeah. I mean, I see the visual similarities, but beyond that, yeah. I mean, she does have a huge fan base, so that could be interesting.
Yeah, it's just like, why do people hate Taylor Swift? I don't understand. It's just
is it the
I really
what we
don't
call
understand
in Australia the tall poppy syndrome?
Okay.
where
I'm not
you want to,
familiar with that.
yeah, they want to, anybody that's kind of, doing well, you want to chop them back down a size, and so it's like jealousy. It's just, someone's up there, out there, that, we kind of, you got to bring them back down a peg or two.
I mean, I understand why recently it's become an issue, which is to do with something we don't discuss on this show. Um, but like I just I guess the older I get, the more I should be against these kids and their hula hoops and their Dan Fogelberg records. Uh, but it's just like she's incredibly popular. She seems to get she's one of these people that does not draw attention to the work that she does, which is kind of nice. Though some people would say she should do more of it. Uh, and people like her music. I mean, and it's gonna sound really weird. Bravo for re-recording all your music so you can retain the rights to it. I mean, that's just brilliant business. It really is.
Indeed. So yeah, we all we know at this point for Supergirl, the Woman of Tomorrow, is that Anna Noguera is writing the script for the standalone film. It is expected to be based on the 2021-2022 comic book miniseries by Tom King with art by Belquise Everly titled Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. But exactly what the nature of the film is, we do not know at this point in time. Neither do we know a release date. But interesting fan casting nevertheless, which James Gunn has alluded to lately and recently about fan casting and ideas that fans have, and some good, some bad, some indifferent.
Yeah, I'm just fascinated we're actually getting a Supergirl movie.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. So yeah, and a lot of people out there were going, against Sasha Calle not being recast for the role, but obviously it looks like they're going in a different direction than that universe. So unfortunately for Sasha, it doesn't look like she will be back as Supergirl at all.
Yeah, that's unfortunate too. She was one of the two things I liked about that movie.
Fair enough. All right, well, it is our final show of the month of November, so it behooves us to get into our monthly segment, which is the big, what's it called now? Super Secret Soundbite. Here is that intro.
Yeah.
Only one thing alive with less than 4 legs can hear this frequency, Superman, and that's you.
Yes, it's time for the Super Secret Soundbite. Here was our sound from last month.
If there's anyone present who objects to this wedding, let him speak now or forever hold his peace.
I object!
Surprisingly, nobody guessed it.
I'm not familiar with it at all, so that doesn't surprise me.
Well, the music kind of gave it away there when he came barging in, but it was from the Superboy TV series from the 1980s. So, yeah, there was a scene there where somebody was trying to marry off, I believe, Lana, and Superboy comes crashing in and, yes, comes to the rescue. So nobody guessed where in the world of Superman, or Superboy that one, came from. But here is our new super secret soundbite for this next month.
After I've killed you, I'll bring Lois here. When she sees how I've perfected this world, she'll be afraid and disgusted. She'll be alive! Lois's death doesn't just... stole her from me! You stole this planet's freedom! It's time to give it back.
Do you think you know where in the world of Superman that sound comes from? It's a little bit tricky. But if you do, it's very simple to get involved. All you do is head to the Superman homepage website. Under the contact menu, you will find the super secret soundbite. Send your entry in. We will read out the names of each person who guesses it right when we return to this segment at the end or somewhere near the end of December.
Yes. Usually about 3 weeks in, as we take a couple weeks off.
Yeah, we haven't determined exactly when. We haven't looked at the dates yet for the end of December, but we will keep you appraised of exactly how many weeks into December we will continue for the Superman Homepage live broadcasts. But there you have it. That's the super secret soundbite. Thank you to those who did not get involved because they didn't know who it was. But we can understand. Sometimes they're a little bit obscure. So this one is, again, obscure. But let's see if people can guess where in the world of Superman that sound came from. All right, we're going to take a little bit of an early quick break at the halfway mark of tonight's show. And then we're going to come back on the flip side. We're going to be talking comic books. We've got the fan favorite segment. We've got This Week in History. And we've also got some big news at the Superman homepage. So we'll be back right after these messages. And don't forget, now's a good time to call in if you're thinking of being a guest caller on the show. Just go to supermanhomepage.com/live.
We'll be back in a moment with the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
If you're enjoying Superman Homepage Live, then please like and share this video with your family and friends. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, then you can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. You can also join our YouTube membership program. Just click the join button below. Or you can become a patron and support our website by going to patreon.com/supermanhomepage.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. No, it's SupermanHomepage.com, the #1 Superman fan site in the world. SupermanHomepage.com, covering the world of Superman from the 1930s to today. News, reviews, rumors, and reports. SupermanHomepage.com for all your Superman comics, TV shows, movies, cartoons, radio shows, and more. Everything you ever wanted to know about the Man of Steel and more. SupermanHomepage.com.
Thanks, Superman Homepage, for all the support over the years. I really appreciate it.
I'm Matt Bomer. I'm the voice of Superman and Superman Unbound, and this is the Superman Homepage.
Right here on Superman Homepage.
When the world needs saving, the world turns to and his super team.
Superman's not just a superhero, he's the superhero. Superboy and Steel are the super team. This is Steel. He's got an armor suit, and check out that hammer. Pow! Superboy rides in on his motorcycle and blasts them. Bam! Pow! Hondo is a supervillain. He's got these power cables that go zzz. Superman comes in like boom. Bad guys gotta learn. You don't mess with the ass.
Superman. Figures and vehicles each sold separately.
I wonder where those guys are today.
I don't know. I really don't want to look too far into that. It was a thing for about 2 years. So
there you go. So yeah, interesting. I found that one online and had to bring it in to our circulation. Yeah, so don't forget, also talking about commercials, that Bluehost is a great way to get your web hosting done, up to 60% off hosting. Supermanhomepage.com/Bluehost if you want to get on to one of those deals. Bluehost for WordPress hosting especially are really good. Can really recommend them. So
come with me now, my son, as we break through the bars of your earthly confinement, traveling through time and space.
Alrighty, hopefully things won't get too jacked up with the images that we normally use. We're going to start this week in 1953 with Action Comics number 188. It's electrifying. It's also Grease Lightning. There's a car in there. We can make lots of Grease jokes on here. Also, Superboy number 30 came out that same relative time period. That is a cover that is designed to make kids buy it. So, yeah, the giant who came to Smallville. Why does Smallville have that bridge? The place is called Smallville. Anyways, in 1963, a lot of Action Comics around this time period. Action Comics number 308, where Superman meets the Goliath Hercules. Okay. I got nothing on this one. It's a very unfortunate outfit. You also have Adventure Comics number 316 with the Renegade Super Legionnaire. I think that's Ultra Boy, if I'm correct. Who had the same powers as Superman. He could only use them one at a time, which is how he was able to keep into the Legion. And then we have Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, number 74. The Pranks of Jimmy the Imp. So never give Jimmy a derby, I think is what we're trying to say here. 1973, we have. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Doesn't at all. In 1973, we have Action Comics number 432. I don't know if this is the first appearance of this version of Toyman.
You got both of them.
But that is the Toyman yeah, it's both. I wonder if this is. No, it wouldn't be. Because it's 73. Challenge to the Super Friends hasn't happened yet. Eventually, that Toyman is killed by the original. For usurping him. So we're going to skip the 80s altogether. We're going to go right to the 1990s with Adventures of Superman number 508. This was one of my first introductions to the Challengers of the Unknown back then. It's a pretty good issue. And we have Outsiders number 3, and the only reason I'm including that is that the Eradicator joins the team at this point. If you're ever like, man, I really want to read those Outsiders issues with the Eradicator, don't. He doesn't do a whole lot. It's really like if they did like a behind the music on it, it would just be him complaining that they stuck him with this team. 2003, by far the most amount of books. We have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Trinity number 3, which I need to reread that at some point. It's been a long time since I've actually read that. JLA number 90, which again has Batman and Wonder Woman on it. JLA Avengers number 3, and again, if you want to read a novel to put yourself to sleep tonight, go check out my reviews for this thing because I was wordy. We have a Legion that is available at the Superman homepage. Legion number 27, chosen for obvious reasons. Superman number 199, heading towards the end of the Stephen T. Siegel run. And Superman, the Kansas sighting number 1. Steve, do you remember this at all?
No. I don't. I mean,
I bought it, and I read it.
I was looking at the cover, and I'm thinking, this does not ring a bell, but it sounds interesting, but I must have read it, but it doesn't stick with me.
Yeah, this is one of those prestige format books, which are getting sticky, by the way.
Oh.
I bagged and boarded some recently. That cover stock is not holding up well to the years.
Okay.
2013, we have Adventures of Superman number 7, which is reprinting the digital first book of the same name. We also had Injustice: Gods Among Us number 11. We had Superman number 25, which continued the. I think this is the final part of Krypton Returns. And all one of you is upset about that. And Teen Titans number 25. I don't know if Superboy is still in the team. I just put that on there just in case. In the real world, on November 27th, Patricia Moran, who was Lois Lane in It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman, unfortunately passed away at the age of 74. November 28th, which is tomorrow, is the birthday of Jerry Ordway, legendary Superman writer and artist who was born in 1957. November 29th is traditionally recognized as the birthday of Jimmy Olsen. And this one's a little sadder. November 30th, Keith Giffin's birthday, who recently passed away. Very sad.
Indeed. Thank you for that, Michael. Some interesting dates there. Happy birthday to Jerry Ordway, who is a fan of the Superman homepage, follows us on social media and regularly reposts or likes some of the stuff that we post. So if he's listening, watching, we wish you a very happy birthday, sir. Many happy returns for the day. So thank you, Michael, for this week in history. That was there was a big week there. What was it, in the 1990s or what year was it that we had like 7 or different something books in the 1 week?
2003 was a big year. As we get deeper into the 90s, it's going to get a lot touchy. 1998, 1999 especially are just lousy with Superman books.
There you go. So that was This Week in History. Thank you for that, Michael. Let's jump into the fan favorite segment of our show. Here we go with our intro as soon as my icon stops doing the beach ball thing. Here we go. There we go. So the fan favorite segment of our show. What was the question?
I thought you were going right to me. I apologize. What is your favorite goofy World's Finest comic book cover? David Rustage wrote in. He says, I have just watched this week's show and realized I missed the previous one. The fan favorite question was the Superman vehicle. As Michael mentioned it, my favorite would have been the Supermobile. The one I had, see photos, was the Corgi diecast model. This week's question about the wackiest cover of World's Finest had me looking through, and this one made me laugh. In addition, Michael commented in This Week in History on a Superman annual from the 1960s. I too appreciate the collection of stories in these. Years ago, DC brought out two hardback volumes of the Batman annuals, and I always hoped that they would reprint the Supes ones similarly. I expect that the Golden Age and Silver Age omnibuses coming out will make this most unlikely. Still, it would have been nice.
Yeah, thank you for that, David. So looking at the World's Finest cover for this week's question, both got crowns on their head, and Batman is cutting up the hemisphere.
They're dividing up the world.
Wow. Yeah, that is a weird and wacky cover. So thank you, David Rustage, for that one. Next up, we had Samuel. And Samuel Sadowski wrote, Batman kicking Superman's backside using Hulk hands. Enough said. That is an interesting one.
That definitely is. Superman does not look like he's having a good day.
No.
JP Rocha wrote, my favorite World's Finest cover is number 75. Is that jealousy I detect, Batman?
I'm only fit for the sidelines now. There goes Robin answering the bat signal with Superman. As he's got his leg in a cast.
And riding Superman like he's on his back. That's weird.
Yeah, he's grabbing the back of his cape. That is a bit strange. Okay. Fair enough. Thank you for that one, JP.
All right.
Who's next? We got
you have
Patrick.
The next one.
Yes, I do have the next one. Patrick O'Neill. My favourite World's Finest cover is number 86. It just makes me laugh when I see it. I missed last week's fan favourite Superman Mobile question, so mine is actually a real car. It's the Man of Steel National Guard sponsored Indy car that ran in the 2013 Indy 500. I was lucky enough to get my picture with the car. Cool. That's a nice one. Thanks, Patrick. Obviously got the Man of Steel decals on the National Guard car, so Indy 500. Nice. So thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick didn't look like Tony Stark there, so I didn't recognize him.
No, I think you're thinking of Patrick Asselin. Or James.
Am I?
Yeah, no. I don't think Patrick dresses up as Tony Stark. Different fella.
I could be wrong about that. I could be conflating people. It's possible.
Yeah, so thank you to Patrick, JP, Samuel, and to David for sending in answers to the fan favourite question of our show. We've gone through some fascinating World's Finest covers over the years, Michael. I didn't get any of you. I mean, we didn't pull up any of our own, but have you got one that just comes to mind, just off the top of your head?
Nothing specific. I'm always amused in the ones of the 40s before they actually started teaming up in the book, where they would be like doing things like going on a picnic and such. Things got really weird in the 70s when it became a dollar book. There's one that's very Nazi-like. That's kind of... but one of the... I don't know if it's the funniest, but the one where you have the giant version of composite Superman kind of looming over everybody is another favorite.
Cool. Yeah, I always marvel at the one where I think we showed it a couple of weeks ago. It actually was one of the ones in the This Week in History where the woman is in the lake drowning or whatever, and Superman, Batman, and Jimmy are doing like a chain of arms. Superman's grabbing the tree, and then Batman, and then Robin's like saving the woman out of the lake. It's just like, what is Superman doing?
Superman, just grab the woman. Just grab. No, I have to make them feel like they're part of this. No, we're good. Just save her life, please.
Weird. All right, so what is our new fan favorite question for this week, Michael?
Very appropriate since it's the man's birthday tomorrow. What is your favorite Jerry Ordway Superman image? And there are so many to choose from.
Yes.
I think there's going to be two that are more popular than others, but I'm interested.
Yeah, so get involved in the fan favorite question. Again, happy birthday to the great Jerry Ordway. What is your favorite Jerry Ordway Superman image? Email that to us at info@supermanhomepage.com, and we will show and read out the responses that we get to the fan favorite question when we return to this segment next week. And Jerry, if you're listening, what is your favorite of your own images? I'll have to ask him that on Twitter. So that is the fan favorite question. Get involved. We will return to that when we get back to this show next week. And Michael, don't forget to send me your favorite Jerry Ordway image.
I will do my best to remember and probably do it like 5 minutes before we actually get on the air.
All right, so speaking of comic books, here is what Superman fans reading comic books can look forward to this week, because this is what is out as of Tuesday, November 28th. Whoops, turning off the fan favorite photos. All right, we have Action Comics 1059, which is Men of Steel, Superman wearing an armor that was put together for him by John Henry Irons, and that is available in a number of variant covers. Some interesting ones there. There's Natasha Irons as Steel, and the Super Family, and there's Superman. Makes up the background of the Superman homepage website at the moment. And another great one of Clark Kent. So that's Action Comics 1059. Also out this week, Power Girl number 3, which is also available in a couple of different variant covers right there. And we also have Steelworks number 6, which is out this week, and that also comes in a number of different variant covers. And Titans Beast World number 1 starts off a new epic event at DC, and we are reviewing that, so that is available also in a couple of different variant covers. And then also out this week, Superman Son of Kal-El Volume 2, The Rising trade paperback is out this week as well. So some interesting books coming out this week.
Yeah, I'm interested in the action ones. The Power Girl variant covers. I didn't realize it was the 90s again, with how they're emphasizing certain parts of Power Girl. But here we are. So, yay. No, pretty solid week, though. Pretty solid week.
So that is what is out this week, and our reviews of some of those comic books, most of those comic books, will be up on the website Tuesday morning. So make sure you check those out. All right. On the action figure side of things, just today was announced that Entertainment Earth are taking pre-orders for the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Wave 15 Steel Reign of the Superman 7-inch scale action figure. This one is $19.99 US and is expected to arrive in February. You can scan that QR code if you want to place your pre-order using the Superman homepage affiliate link. When you make a purchase using that link, the Superman homepage receives a percentage of the sale at no extra cost to you. And it's a great way to help support our website if you are thinking of buying this action figure of Steel.
So, Steve, do you know where a pet ant gets his water? From a well, actually. I'm going to push my glasses up as I say all of this. That's not the Return of Superman, Reign of the Superman Steel.
Right, okay.
It's not. It's that is the Steel that's his third armor from when Christopher Priest took over the role and the book, and Dennis Cowan redesigned the album.
He froze again.
Looking figure,
There you
I'm
go,
just
you're
being
back.
really pedantic, just so that we, just for the sake of having something to say on the show.
No, fair enough. You've got to be accurate. If you're going to be calling it something and you're not actually taking it from that something, then you're going to get called out. But I appreciate you bringing that to light. But this is a 7-inch scale action figure with 22 moving parts, full range of posing and play. Whether it's the return of Superman Steel or not, it's a pretty cool looking action figure. But yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, I'm really picky. I don't think they're ever going to get as good as the DC Direct figures from like 2003, 2004. Those figures were just so good.
Yeah.
They look like the steel, especially, is just a block of plastic, but it looks great.
Yeah, indeed. DC Direct was a great line. So there you have it. All right, so on the Superman homepage side of things, I have been busy. I have been knuckling down.
Yes, you have.
Doing a number of things. So back in 2013, we released a couple of posters actually, for Superman's 75th anniversary. And the first one was 75 years of the Superman shield and how it has evolved over the years. I dug out the old design, refurbished it, updated it, and have got it ready for 2018. Sorry, for a 85th anniversary in 2023. We now have the evolution of the S Shield, 1938 to 2023. It is a massive collection of how the Shield has changed from the beginning to now. It includes all of Superman's comic book years, from the regular comic books, Elseworlds, other comic book variations, animation, cartoons, animated movies, live action, TV, movies, live performances, you name it, it's there. Obviously, it's not exhaustive. It's never going to get every symbol that's ever been out there, but it is, in our view, at the Superman homepage, one of the most, definitive S-Shield evolution guides that you will ever see out there. And a high-res PDF is available for select members of our YouTube membership program and our Patreon program. A great way to support the site, and you get this poster for free as part of being a member of that certain particular level of the membership. Yes, no, maybe.
Can't. We would not be allowed to print that.
Yeah, no.
Because it is full of copyrighted images, and we are not allowed to print those. Take it to like a mom and pop store that doesn't care. But no, I marvel at that. I guess for the 90th or the 95th, you're just going to have something like on the side of a building, just because it's going to have that much room for all the S's.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And coming up next few weeks, we have the updated version of the changing face of Superman. This is another poster that we did back in the 75th anniversary, which I've updated for the 85th year of Superman. And again, it looks at all the faces of Superman and how it's been drawn and changed by various artists across the different eras. Again, as well as the live action, animation, and Elseworlds, and then some marketing and promo images. Obviously, there's some Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, praise be his name, images there in the promo stuff. But that's going to be announced in the coming days, so keep an eye out for that one. But it's...
Yeah, you have been busy. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, and thanks to all the Superman homepage staff. I send that off to our little chat group that we've got going there, and get some feedback, and people saying, "Oh, you're missing this one, you're missing that one." Diner Guy asks, "Where is that 2021 Superman and Lois emblem from?" I'm guessing you're meaning in the live action version. Let me have a look. Get me pull up that poster image. again to have a look which one he's referring to. 2021. I'm looking. Not sure where. Maybe it's from the. Well, there was a. It's probably either the TV series itself or there was that comic book. The what was it? The Earth Prime series, where we had a number of comic books, and they did a Superman and Lois Earth Prime. I think it was issue number 3, where they had that symbol used as well. So, and then there's also the symbol for the Fleischer version of the costume that it was used in that one episode of Superman and Lois, the TV series. I know Nostalgic Podblast saying get your magnifying glass out. Yes, for that small version that you're seeing on your screen now, surely. I've done a video showing you this poster. It's on our YouTube channel. It's also on the article at our website. Google actually used my article in the Google News feed, which gave us a few extra hits, which was nice. So I saw that was helped bump up our hits to the website. But this poster, it's a massive poster. You know, if you are a member and you do get to print it out, it is designed so that it will be like a poster that you'll be able to hang up in your house, on your wall, in your collection, in your office, wherever it may be.
High resolution.
Yes. So people saying, why can't you sell this? Why do we have to become a member? Well, legally we can't sell it. But if you want to support the website, I'll give it to you for free.
Yeah, Steve, why can't we just sell a thing that is full of nothing but a copyrighted and trademarked symbol known throughout the world? That's quite the conundrum.
Yeah. So that's some interesting and exciting news there. And I thought I'd lost this poster image, like the artwork and the files. I couldn't remember. I couldn't find where I'd backed them up, and then I just stumbled upon 2 CDs that I had in my cupboard. And it was like, yes, I did save it. I do remember saving it. Smart boy. So, there is that. The other exciting thing is the 2023 Shield Awards. The Superman homepage Indicators of Excellence in Literature and Design Awards are back for their 23rd annual year, or 23rd year in a row. This is the award ceremony for the world of Superman. The Shield Awards give you, the fans, the opportunity to voice your opinions about comics with a 2023 cover date, Superman-related movies, TV shows, and Superman merchandise that was released in 2023. And for voting in the Shield Awards, you get to go into the running to win this excellent collection of Funko figures. There's the Adult Pop Heroes DC Holiday Superman gingerbread figure, a Pop Movies The Flash General Zod vinyl figure, a Pop Heroes Imperial Palace Superman vinyl figure, and a Pop DC Comics Composite Superman vinyl figure, all thanks to fun.com. You can use that QR code on your screen right now to go straight to the Shield Awards to place your votes, or if you just go to supermanhomepage.com, it's right there on the home page. You will see the big banner at the top. You can't miss it. Click on that to enter, to vote on up to 18 categories in total for the Shield Awards. Everything from best comic book writer, best comic book artist, best regular title, best one-shot, best comic book cover. Then you got the Superman and Lois episodes, the My Adventures with Superman episodes. So a lot of great stuff to vote on in the 2023 Shield Awards. And as I said, you're going to the running to win that great pack of 4 Funko figures as a thank you for voting in the 2023 Shield Awards. So make sure you get involved. Go to the Superman homepage website right after the show and do that. Get involved, vote. Looking forward to seeing the results.
Yep, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Forget Christmas. It's the Shield Awards.
That's it. 23 years we've been doing this, so and we will obviously announce the winners of the Shield Awards when they end on December 21st. So straight after that, right before Christmas, we'll be announcing all the winners. So you've got some time to vote, but don't delay. the sooner you get involved, the sooner the better. The Shield Awards for 2023. All right, looking at the convention scene, here are the conventions taking place this coming weekend. And so if you're in the area of either Ohio, Germany, or Brazil, then these are the conventions. There's a fair few different places, but we've got, what have we got here? We've got, I'm guessing this is the German Film and Comic Con. This one is on December 2nd and 3rd. Peter Facinelli will be there for both days. What else do we have? We have GalaxyCon in Columbus, Ohio. That is on from December 1st to December 3rd. And there's a number of comic book creators: Brett Breeding, Dan Jurgens, Ron Mars, Bob McLeod, Yannick Paquette, and Robert Vendetti will all be there across all 3 days. And then if you're in Brazil, the CCXP is on from November 30th to December 3rd. Superman and Lois star Tyler Hoechlin will be there on Saturday and Sunday. And on the comic book side of things, Humberto Ramos will be there for all 4 days. So bit of a delay between Michael and I tonight.
Yeah, it's. I don't think this is just me either. This seems to be a general thing. You finally got clear for the first time.
Okay.
On my end, you've been kind of fuzzy all night, but
oh wow.
I've been trying not to sneeze, so it's been kind of fun.
Hopefully the audio is good for people who are actually listening. Not necessarily. I mean, look at our two heads. Nobody wants to look at us all that time anyway. So, we're
not really.
Also on the Superman homepage, Chapter 2 of the Choose Your Own Adventure to the Superman saga, Brainiac and the Battle for Metropolis, is still going on. You've still got time to vote for how you think Chapter 2 should conclude and what should happen in Chapter 3. So head to the Superman homepage to vote in the Choose Your Own Adventure with Superman saga that is happening right now at the Superman homepage. Go in and vote. But that pretty much brings us to the end of tonight's episode. Anything, Michael, you want to leave us with tonight before we say farewell?
I was just kind of surprised that the creators of the Smallville series admitted that at one point they were considering making Chloe Lois. That was weird. That got people talking.
Yeah, I saw that. That was on the latest episode of Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum's Talkville podcast, where they had Miles Miller and what's his name? The other one.
Al Gough.
Al Gough.
Former guest of the show.
Yes. Yes. So, check that out for some interesting insights. But that pretty much brings us to the end of tonight's episode. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to Superman Homepage Live tonight. Thank you to all those: Kenneth, Nostalgic Pod Blast, Butson, Diner Guy, Mind the Gap, and so many others who joined us in the live feed tonight. We appreciate your support and being part of the show and having your company. Thank you to our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham and John Patrick Van Pelt. And don't forget, you can join those guys and get that free poster if you want to join them and be a member of either our YouTube program or our patron at Patreon. So get involved there. And thank you to my co-host, Michael Bailey. Thanks, Mick.
Oh, pleasure as always, Steve.
You can go sneeze now and blow that nose. And
yes, I was about to say, I kind of need to. I hate this time of year.
But Michael and I will be back next week, hopefully clearer and less fuzzy, when we return on Monday, December 4th, for another edition of Superman Homepage Live. We hope you'll join us then. Until then, be sure to check out supermanhomepage.com for all your daily news updates on everything surrounding the Man of Steel. I'm Steve Eunice on behalf of myself and Michael Bailey. Thanks for watching Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com. Good night.